So hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Now you might be seeing me use a face cam. Well, let me show you one thing. Dual camera setup. How cool is that? So when I'm talking to you, I'm facing this camera. When I'm talking about the figure, I'm facing using this camera. So, why am I doing this? To rip off other toy reviewers and to look kind of professional and do something with my videos rather than just straight up record. Anyway, enough TikToking. Let's see what I'm gonna talk about today. Today I'm gonna talk about the giant 2016 interactive megazord, who's just a glorified doll. I don't know why I did that, but it's basically a glorified doll, and it has a few features I'm gonna show off in this video. So first of all, before we say anything, this guy's big. Like really, really big. I can't even fit it in frame correctly. Let me just adjust my camera. Yeah, he's way too big. Let me just take my camera out just to show you that this guy's pretty big. Let me just bring a ruler real quick. Wait a second. Ah! I hate it. Yes, you can see, he's much taller than my ruler. Much taller. I don't know how I'm gonna even record this thing. But anyway, let's look at its details from bottom to top first of all. Let's take a look at the feet. The feet are painted in nice metallic blue and gray and a little bit of light gray, which is a nice color scheme, I have to admit. So why are they both blue? I wish one of them was black to resemble the Black Ranger, but oh well, it is what it is. And the bottom, it's all just purple. Just pure purple. There is a little button right here, we'll get to that later. A nice little texture over here. Really feels nice. What looks like Triceratops arms. And they're made of flexible plastic so they won't hurt you. Hinges, which are for the opening cockpit gimmicks, which we'll get to in a bit. Speaking of cockpit, let's take a look at the three ones in the I just got this phone repaired. I don't want to break it again. Anyway. It's standing up. I don't want to jinx it, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Anyway, the nice metallic blue. Much darker tone of metallic blue. And what looks like to be Triceratops feet. Kinda odd place to place them here, but oh well. These you will see all over the figure. These are supposed to represent the cockpits, which you open up like this on the foot, simple hinges, and there are some really nice molded detail. Let me just pick up the camera, aka my phone. As you can see, there is a nice mold detail, but there is nothing that snaps in. Yeah, there are tiny figures which I'll get to in a bit. You get put in here, but they don't snap in whatsoever, so it's kind of trash. But well, it is what it is, as usual. And you close them just like that. As for the belly cockpit, you open it with a hinge again. And this one does actually have a peg and some form of snapping in, and a slightly different molded throne. So yeah, and there's a little tiny notch over here to secure it in. So I wish all the cockpits had that. Not the button, just that secure system. Nice mechanical detail on the belly. I really do enjoy it. Though the bright yellow is kind of out of place when you just look at it like this. When you zoom out and see the entire thing, the bright colors just pop. and they look really nice alongside the dark gray, the light gray, and the metallic pieces on the cockpits. As for the chest, again, some really nice mechanical detail. Really do enjoy it, and hey, you can see my face through this mirror, and I need to polish it. Anyway, the arms are almost identical, they just have a different weapon. I will take a look at the weapons later. But almost made them fall over. I'm really clumsy today, I don't know why. Anyway, so this is the arm cannon. It has again some nice mechanical detail. It has a little button which you press and does this feature. Now this feature is one of the best features on this thing because it's very fun to do. I can't stop doing it at times. I don't know why. But anyway, let's put my phone back. So yeah, there's the feature. Really nice. And speaking of the arms, here are the fists. Nice silver paint. There is nothing to hold in these hands, so they're just closed and have no hole in them. It's kind of unrealistic. Nice little spiny details over here. Again, nice detail on the cannons. And over here there are extra pieces. I'm not sure what they're for. I think they're the saber-toothed tiger's legs. But oh well. There's a hinge here for the elbow joint, which I'll get to in the posability section. Yes, I'm gonna wait till I do that. Here's the cockpit on both sides, on the arms. It's identical on both sides. On both of the sides, it's just reversed. The way you open it is you press on it to untab it, and voila, you opened it. Here it's kind of plain, but over here it looks kind of nice. It's the same molded detail as the legs, but it still looks pretty cool. Now the other arm also has a weapon, 2 guns. However, they're more compact. Let me just point up. They're more compact and streamlined. They don't do anything, they're just here to look cool. And there's a little tab over here you're gonna notice. You slide that tab, and voila, you got a sword. It may not be clear on this camera, but this sword is kind of small. It's just a tiny... Pathetic. No, well, to be fair to the figure, it's not its fault, it's the designer's fault. They gave him this tiny sword, but still, it's pathetic. Anyway, back to the review. Same thing for both arms, as I said, they're identical and they have no difference other than the weapons. Now, what does have a difference is the red on the chest and the red on the arms. Arms have a darker red on the shoulders, and the chest has a more lighter red. It may not pop up on camera, but I assure you, it is a different colored plastic. It's not the deal breaker, but kinda sucks, especially considering how well painted the rest of the figure is. And speaking of well painted, this head is amazing. I'm not doing it justice by looking at it this way. Let's look at it close up. Looks really, really good. It's very nice. The pink really pops. The nice shiny silver and metallic gray really look nice. And the same metallic blue they used for the cockpit pieces, a bit darker I think, is more translucent, more reflective, and looks even more epic. And will even look epicer. Is that a word? Epicer? Look even better when we turn on the lights, which we'll get to in a bit. On the back, there isn't really much to see here. Here are the feet from the back, and here's the entire body from the back. The head still looks really nice. I really do appreciate how it looks. And the wings have some nice molded detail, though they're kind of plain and the screw holes kind of look distracting. Now there is a gimmick over here at the wings. Since we are at the back, let me just cover it. You simply press this lever and boom. This wingspan is big. I'm not doing it justice on this small camera. Let's take a look at it. It's almost as wide as my shoulders, and I have pretty wide shoulders. Like, look at this wingspan. It's really cool. Though it's big, I wish it went out a little farther because these are clearly pointing downwards. I wish it had more posability so it can go. These have joints, so I can put them more straightforward. But I'm just nitpicking. This looks really, really cool. Side note, they do come detached from the box when you first get them. If you get a new in package, they just come out like this. Make sure the lever is up, and make sure these line up, and you should be good to go. It's not too hard. But yeah, back to the review camera. Here is the speaker over here. Well, nicely hidden. I really do appreciate that. So yeah, we covered the gimmicks. We covered the opening hatches, the sword, and the gun, and the wings. Now let's cover quick posability. Let's cover posability real quick. Head is on a swivel, but it's stupid tight, and I'm not gonna swivel it too hard because it has wires. So I usually just keep it at an angle like this. Wings have no posability other than the previously mentioned gimmick. Arms move forward and 360 if you remove the wings. A 9-degree bend at the elbow, and that's about it. Really, out of all the cool things this figure has, the only thing it's missing is some decent posability. I can understand limited posability in some areas, but in other areas, come on, how hard could it be to engineer it? Pathetic. But otherwise, it looks kind of nice, and head posability is really appreciated. Most giant toys like this don't have head posability. Cuff, Stomp and Chomp Grimlock, which you can't see currently. I'll review him one day and complain about that all day. Wait, I actually reviewed the Stomp and Chomp Grimlock alongside this figure in an older review. Please do not check it. I'm begging you. So, we covered all the functions he has. Now let's look at the lights and sounds. Wait, before we do that, let's get to our size comparisons. Let me just put him all the way back and put my camera like this so we can take a clear look at the figures we're comparing him with. Here's G1 Power Master Optimus Prime. Here is SH Figure Arts Budokan. And here's your standard 4-inch figure. Your standard 6-inch figure. Stand up. Please stand up. I'm begging you to stand up. And your standard 5-inch figure. Please stand up. Thank God. So yeah, this is how he scales next to them. And I already showed him next to a ruler, so I'm not gonna do it again. So yeah, this guy is pretty big, as you can tell. Let me just put all these boys back to where they belong, in the trash. No, just kidding, I love you all, like my kids. Now, let's take a look at the accessories he comes with. Well, the wings do come up, so you can consider them an accessory, kinda, but they don't really count. The only accessories he comes with are his tiny little Power Rangers that pilot him. Let me just pick them up now. Yeah. His tiny little Power Rangers. They come in 2 body types, but they are all unique molds. You will see why. How exactly. So they're very tiny. Where's my ruler? Here's how big they are. Just around 4 centimeters, which is, for you American viewers, just an inch and a little bit. Just an inch and a little bit. So yeah, these figures are tiny. I'm not gonna do size comparisons for them because it's really not worth it. They barely can stand on their own. So here, let's take a look at all the colors. Here's the Red Ranger. Focus. Yeah, it's focusing. Really, really nice, colors on it. Looks really nice, especially considering their size. They even have some painted details. The chest is painted in metallic blue on all of the figures. The mouth is painted, and also the visor is painted. This is standard on all figures. And these are the body molds. Since they are all the same mold, well, technically, they all have the same posability, which is a rotation at the arm, a forward that far, and a backward that far. And what makes them unique, not only is the fact they are casted in a different color, they also have individual helmets. Each helmet is different and unique. What a great feature. Bandai America did one cool thing for once. Can you believe it? Who cares about Bandai America anymore? Literally, the Power Rangers brand was bought by Hasbro just less than a year ago, so no one cares about Bandai of America anymore. Which is kind of a shame, since they made this thing, and this thing is kind of cool. Anyway, this is a toy review. Let me get back to it. Here's the female mold. We get the pink and yellow Ranger, the ones who appeared from the movie. Nice helmets, again. Very little paint, but it's understandable for their size. They're both basically the same mold, so rotation of the arm, forward that far, and nothing backwards. Nothing backwards because the back buttons get in the way. I don't want to get too inappropriate with this. It's just the bottoms get in the way of leg posability. What else do I have to say? Anyway, yeah, more limited posability, but no one cares. These are meant to be placed in the cockpits and forgotten forever. Speaking of cockpits, let's get them into their cockpits. Now, I would like to note there isn't a specific way to get them into the cockpits. There isn't a specific order. You just do it the way you like. But before we get them into the cockpits, let me take a look at the sound features. Now, over here, under his armpit, there is a on and off switch. This on and off switch, in the middle it's off, bottom is slimy, and top is on. So let's turn it on. So it makes that sound and lights up. Let me just do it again. Looks really nice. Now you will see the flaw is when you twist the head, the light isn't as strong. So let's just put it straight. Wait. Let's do it again. Looks epic. And the mirror even lights up, which is kind of impressive. It shocked me at the time when I first got this figure. By the way, I got this figure back as a gift. It wasn't for my birthday or anything, it was just a random gift from my dad, so thanks, Dad. Anyway, if you press this is a button actually. This cockpit over here is a button. And it's very well hidden since it fits in. It's a little wobbly, but it's expected from a button. What did you expect? And if you press it, now it will start occasionally making this sound, but it will also fade in and out, and this camera isn't doing it justice. Neither of my cameras is doing it justice. It looks really cool in person, trust me. So anyway, it will keep making these annoying noises. Let me just show you what it does on its own. You can hold it up. I believe I can fly. Anyway, it's a pretty bright light, if you ask me. It's a very bright light, almost. Anyway, this is a very bright light, and it isn't a sensor or anything, it's just a button. And we'll go back to making its annoying noises. Now, that's it. That's how the rocket thrusters work. Now let's get to the final feature, which is putting all the Rangers in the cockpits. You open them all. Note when I put... Just shut up already. Finally. Rest, peace, and quiet. But not for long though. Anyway, one thing I would like to note, when I put the Rangers on the arms, I usually put the arms a little forward, which prevents them from falling down easily. So let's put the Rangers in. Again, as I said, there is no specific order. You just put them how you want. I'll put black and blue over here. I'll put yellow and pink over here. And by the way, they all fit in the same hole. The hole has enough clearance for any of the figures that it comes with. And lastly, here is red. You place them in. You place them in, but not all the way. That's part of the gimmick. Let's turn this guy on. When you place him in, you close it. And makes a noise. And we'll start making random noises again. Now, if you press this button now, here is the Red Ranger saying, let's swing the right hook it. I'm sure you heard that, so...
Let's take the fight to the sky!
This is either pink or yellow, I'm not sure.
Activated foot thrusters.
This is blue.
Look! I can punch him!
I'm sure this is yellow. I think last one was pink. And the last one?
That's a lot of gold.
So the last one is pretty cool.
Let's swing a right hook in it. Let's take the fight to the sky!
Anyway, let's just grab his wings. Here's my baby doll.
Activated foot thrusters. Look! I can punch him! Oh man, that's a lot of gold.
So you can see it flashes like this randomly. And yeah, that's about it. That's all to it. Overall, this figure is pretty cool. I do recommend it to anyone who enjoyed the Power Rangers movie and to anyone who likes this pretty cool design. Though it isn't a traditional megazord that deforms into 5 vehicles / animal robotic thingies and combine into one big boy robot, it's still bigger than most American megazords, bigger than most Japanese megazords, and looks really cool. I highly recommend it if you don't mind lack of posability. And even with the lack of posability, you can get him to do some cool stuff. Here we go. The lights on and sounds on this guy are very cool. And I do recommend it again if you like this design, or if you just want some sound effects, the sound effects for this guy. So that's about it. There isn't more to talk about. Thank you all for watching, and see you next video. Peace.